have had enough of the outside. I have completed the construction of my burrow, and it seems to be successful. All that can be seen from the outside is a big hole that leads nowhere. The burrow should be nothing but a hole set apart to save me. To let anyone into my burrow would be exquisitely painful to me. I built it for myself, but you do not know me if you think I am afraid that I built my burrow simply out of fear. The most beautiful thing about my burrow is the stillness. Of course, that is deceitful. At any moment it may be shattered, and then all will be over. It is secured as safely as anything in this world can be secured. Yet someone could break through it, and then my burrow would lie open, and anybody who liked could make his way in and destroy everything. I am vulnerable. The enemy may be burrowing his way slowly and stealthily straight toward me. I am not as strong as others. Anything might happen. I must have the knowledge that somewhere there is an exit. There are also enemies in the bowels of the earth. I have never seen them. Their victims can scarcely have seen them. They come, you hear the scratching of the claws just under you in the ground, which is their element, and you are lost. Here it is of no avail to console yourself with the thought that you are in your own house. It need not be any particular enemy that is provoked to pursue me. It may very well be some chance, disgusting little beast which follows me out of curiosity and, without knowing it, becomes the leader of all the world against me. Everywhere, I hear the same noise. I have to listen to the walls of my passage and locate the place of disturbance. Only then will I be able to get rid of the noise. I must have silence in my passages. It is not even constant. There are long pauses caused by stoppages of the current of air. I don't seem to be getting any nearer to the place where the noise is. It goes on always in the same note, with regular pulse, now with a sort of whistling, but again like a kind of piping. I cannot feel safe. I can find nothing now, no matter how hard I search, or it may be that I find too much. I hear it now more and more distantly. Even here, there is no peace. In reality, here nothing has changed. Danger lies in ambush as before. Perhaps I am in somebody else's burrow, and now the owner is boring his way toward me. The noise grew louder for a while, as if it were drawing nearer. What is happening now is only something which I should really have feared all the time, something against which I should have been constantly prepared, the fact that someone would come. There is no peace in reality. Here nothing has changed, silent or vociferous. Danger lies in ambush as before, but I have grown insensitive to it. My mind is far too much taken up with the whistling in my walls. Is my mind really taken up with it? It grows louder, comes nearer. My imagination will not rest, and I've actually come to believe, it's useless to deny myself, that the whistling is made by some beast, and moreover, not by a great many small ones, but by a single great one. The noise can be heard everywhere, and always at the same strength, and moreover uniformly, both by day and night, but I have found nothing. The beast can be heard at such a great distance because it works so furiously. It burrows as fast through the ground as another animal can walk on the open road. The ground still trembles at its burrowing when it has ceased. This reverberation and the noise of the boring itself unite into one sound at such a great distance, and I, as I hear only the last dying ebb of that sound, hear it always at the same uniform strength. It follows that the beast is not making for me, seeing that the noise never changes. More likely, it has a plan in view whose purpose I cannot decipher. The beast is circling me. It has probably made several circles around my burrow already since I began to observe it. I can explain the whistling only this way, that the beast's chief means of burrowing is not its claws, which it probably employs merely as a secondary resource, but by its snout or muzzle, which, apart from its enormous strength, must also be fairly sharp at the point. The vulnerability of the burrow has made me vulnerable. Any wound to it hurts me as I myself were hit. Perhaps I had been deceived altogether, and he had never been actually making in my direction. At a certain point, the sound of boring began to weaken. It grew fainter and fainter, as if the burrower were making straight away from me into the distance. For a long time, I still went on listening for him, in silence. I have reached the point where I no longer wish to have certainty. I shall have silence at least, such silence at any rate as still can be said to exist here. I into one of the heaps of earth. There I shall have silence at least, such silence at any rate as still can be said to exist here. This last is probably the sole plan I have left that I can carry out. Nobody comes, and I am left to my own resources. I feel that there is nothing more that I can learn here, either now or at any time, and I say a last goodbye to everything. I go down into my burrow, never to return again. My blood will ebb away here in my soil and not be lost. And all still and empty.